Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. Hello Sav. And the tales of Carolina Cousland. Last time we played the human noble origin story, um, where our family castle of High Ever was attacked by the traitorous Arl Rendenhau, a betrayer most foul. Um, we lost everyone except for our brother Fergus, who may or may not be dead at Ostagar. And that's about it. Um, the leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, Duncan, was able to lead us out of the castle. But his price was that we would be inducted into the Grey Wardens. So now we're at Ostagar, where King Caelan's armies are amassing. Um, also, we've got these lovely things because we loaded in. So I'm just going to go ahead and use those. Let's get... let's get our decks up and then... Not magic, but willpower. For stamina. We'll get expert coercion. Let's get dual weapon finesse as a passive. Alright. And we'll just get rid of these. Also, because we have more strength, I went ahead and added in the battle dress of the provocateur, which gives us plus 4 dex, plus 5 armor, plus 15% chance to dodge attacks, 0.5 stamina regeneration in combat, and plus 50 stamina. So yeah. But before we head across the bridge, let's actually see if there's anything over here we can yoink, so to speak. Oh, there's some elf fruit. There's a sack of stuff, elf fruit. Looks like maybe more elf fruit over there. Alright. Hello, soldier.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
Thank you, I guess. Didn't really watch over my father, now did he? I shouldn't say that. Lesser injury kit. Beef bone. Gift for Barkspawn. Not that he needs one, because Barkspawn loves me already. Go ahead and let that ad go through, so I'm more or less just digging around for now. Collecting loot. Verily. Okay. Yeah, I can't. Loot for the loot goblins! Ooh, there is a chest here.
Got it.
Soldier over there. I don't think he'll have anything to say, but we can always ask.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
Fair enough. So here's the funny thing. I actually do have a controller plugged in, but I haven't been able to get it to work. Unless... Hold on. PC Dio doesn't support... Okay. That would be why.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
Hopefully PCDA2 supports controllers. Because, I mean, this isn't the worst PC controls I've seen. Cyberpunk's is worse. Oh my god. I have no idea how to control that. And don't get me started on flying games. But, I don't know. Mouse and keyboard always feels clunky to me.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought. This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere?
Tell me about Ostagar.
Used to be a fortress long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands. You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Tairn Logain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important.
Why would you swing a dead cat? The Circle of Magi is here?
A few mages, yes. They even brought those creepy quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk, all cold and even. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars glaring at them. Can't miss it.
I mean, they wouldn't be Templars if they weren't glaring at mages, wishing they could actually execute them. Sorry, was I projecting? Or accusing? I don't want to kill mages, so that's not projecting. That'd be accusing. Alleging. Where's the king?
Probably in his tent. He and Tairn Logain are on the southwest side of the camp. The king likes to spend time with his soldiers, though. Sometimes even without his bodyguards. Drives Tairn Logain wild, that does.
Is there anywhere to get supplies?
Quartermaster. He's just a bit to the northwest.
Do I hear more dogs barking? Will Barkspawn have a friend?
This is Ferelden, isn't it? The king has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death. Terrible.
So Barkspawn will not have a friend. I said no.
Go on, then.
I'm looking for a Grey Warden named Alistair.
Try heading north. I think he was sent with a message to the mages.
Where's Duncan's tent?
Not far. It's straight ahead, just past the royal encampment. Most of your fellas are in the valley with the army, but the recruits seem to be staying up here for now.
I'll be on my way.
Good luck to you, then.
Ostagar. Alright, so. Again, the Kokori Wilds. It is said that in the midst of the Black Age, when the werewolves stalked the lands of Ferelden in numbers that kept every farmholder indoors and a hound on every doorstep, a powerful Arl the Elamari people stood and declared that he would put an end to the threat. His Arling stood on the border of the Dark Forest, on the southern border of the Ferelden Valley, and he claimed that the werewolves used the forest to launch their midnight assaults on humanity. For 20 years, this Arl led an army of warriors and hounds deep into the forest. In his hunt for the werewolves, he slew not only every wolf he came upon, but also every member of the chastened wilder folk. Any one of them, he said, could harbor a demon inside and thus be a werewolf in disguise. For 20 years, the forest rang with screams and the rivers ran red. The tales say that an old chastened woman found her sons all all dead at the Jarl's blades. She pulled one of those very blades from one son's heart and plunged it into her own chest, cursing the Jarl's name as she did so. Where her blood touched the ground, a mist began to rise. It spread and spread until everywhere in the forest the Jarl's army became lost, and it is said that they had died there. Others say they wander still. The ruins of Azarling stand to this day, filled with the ghosts of women waiting eternally for their husbands to return. Hi, Floof. By the way, thank you for that migraine mask. It works. After about 2.5 hours, the migraine was gone. So, gracias, mi amigo. The forest of the legend is, of course, the Kakari Wilds. I almost want to say Kakori because of Ocarina of Time. There are many legends about the Great Southern Forest as there are shadows, or so the saying goes. The chastened wilder folk have made their home there since mankind first came to these lands, and the wild lands spread as far to the south as anyone has ventured. Beyond the mists are vast tracts of snow, white-capped mountains, and entire fields of ice. It is a land too cold for mankind to survive, yet the chastened eke out an existence even there, and they tell of horrors beyond that the lowland folk could not even begin to comprehend. To most, Ferelden simply ends the Kokori Wilds. There is nothing beyond. The wilds is a land of great trees, wet marshes, and dangerous monsters. What more needs to be said? From The Land of the Wilders by Mother Alice, Chantry Scholar, 918 Dragon. Great Wardens. High Ever. I already read that one. Oh. This one was updated. The Cousland family, however, was all but wiped out in an unexpected attack by the All How of Amaranthine, and the fate of the Tainir is now in question. Archdemon. In darkness eternal they searched for those who had goaded them on, until at last they found their prize, their god, their betrayer, the sleeping dragon Dumat, their taint. Twisted even the false god, and the whisperer awoke at last in pain and horror, and led them to wreak havoc upon all the nations of the world. The first blight. Theranides 8-7. The false dragon gods of the Deventer Imperium lie buried deep within the earth, where they have been imprisoned since the Maker cast them down. No one knows what it is that drives the Darkspawn in their relentless search for the sleeping old gods. Perhaps it is instinct, as moths will fly into the torch flames. Perhaps there is some remnant of desire for vengeance upon the ones who goaded the Magisters to assault heaven. Whatever the reason, when Darkspawn find one of these ancient dragons, it is immediately afflicted by the taint. It awakens, twisted and corrupted, and leads the Darkspawn in a full-scale invasion of the land. A blight. Cousland, son of the legendary King Merrick Theron. Cousland was the first Ferelden king born to a land free from foreign rule in 2 generations. Since his father's death, he's held the throne alongside his queen, Honora. Al Rendon Howe. Updated. When Bryce sent his men to support the king at Ostagar, Howe took it as an opportunity to attack High Ever, slaughtering the people there and claiming the lands and title as his own. Of all the inhabitants of Castle Cousland, only Carolina survived. I like how they add your name in there. That's great. Logain Mactir. It takes more than legends to win a battle. Logain was born a farmer during the time when his country was under foreign occupation. When he was still a boy, he joined the resistance, where his considerable tactical genius quickly became apparent. He became close friends with Prince Marek, the last true heir to the Ferelden throne, and together they led the rebels to drive out forces of the Elysian Empire. Mark raised his friend to the nobility, and Loghain is now more a symbol than a man. He represents the Ferelden ideals of hard work and independence. Control, features, gifts, standard abilities. Okay. Where's Ostagar? Alright. Yeah. We already did that one. Okay. Okay. Let's go here. I want to talk to the mages.
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted.
But I want to.
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted.
The mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade.
The Fade?
The Fade is the realm of dreams and the land of the dead, or so the mages tell us. Regardless, they are not to be disturbed, not even by Grey Wardens.
As you wish. Win.
Greetings, young lady. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. You should be proud. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynne, one of the mages summoned by the king.
I'm Carolina Cousland.
Well met, and good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact.
It's not luck, but skill that will save us.
And I'm sure you have plenty of that to offer. To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp.
You faced Darkspawn before?
Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between Darkspawn and the Fade?
I know the Fade is where you go when you dream.
Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm we call the Fade. It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City.
I've heard that. Didn't something bad happen there?
Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
And is this true?
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
Well, at least it's something to ponder.
Yes, occasionally it's wise to contemplate one's actions. But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
Death is no failure, my friends. Should it find you, you will not have failed your king. You will have served your Maker. Die in this battle, and when you stand before the Maker in the land beyond the Fade, he shall not find you wanting. Go not into
Let me
death,
climb the ladder!
with the knowledge that evil has been held at bay by your spilled blood. And if you go to stand beside the Maker,
Alright, now normally,
for you shall not be
for every other origin, talking to him unlocks the quest that allows you to get your dog. But we're the human noble. We already have a dog. So I don't think you can get that quest.
Excuse me, I must get the hounds ready for battle. Half the dogs are sick from darkspawn blood. It's terrible.
Yep, we already have Barkspawn, so we don't get that quest. Oh, there's a chest up there. I will say that I do like the PC control of hit tab and it highlights everything interactable.
They can be killed. Stick them with your sword enough and they go down. Their blood is black as sin. Poison. get tainted with that blood, and you may as well slit your throat. We've lost many dogs already. Had to muzzle them to keep them from biting. It's a long and painful way to die.
Alright. Let's talk with you.
Greetings. King Cousland is not in his tent right now?
Tell me something about the king. You must see him a lot.
I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact. Teyrn Loghain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
I have my doubts.
That's how the Teyrn feels. He'll do what the king wants in the end, though. The king thought it was funny that Teyrn called him reckless, and they fought about the queen.
The queen?
She's the Teyrn's daughter. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it.
I'm gonna channel my best Carolina Shepherd. I should go.
As you wish. You approach the tent of Teyrn Loghain. State your business.
Tell me about Teyrn Loghain.
How can you not know of Loghain? He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Maric's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Maric rewarded him by making him a
Is that
Teyrn.
what I sound like?
Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Loghain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that without Loghain, the king has his best chance of beating the Darkspawn. And I wasn't asking about who Loghain was. I fucking know who Loghain was. I am a noble. I am Carolina Cousland, last of the Cousland line. I was asking how he was as a man. Like, you know, what's his personality like? Should I trust him? You know, those sort of things. Asshole.
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activity.
Well, I would like an audience with the Teyrn, please.
I suppose you have a message for
Yeah, it's about
Hold on.
All Rendon Howe. Don't trust him. He's a fucking traitor.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume.
Hi, Han Garel. Not a Grey Warden yet.
You impressed His Majesty nonetheless. He could not contain his excitement over your meeting. Caelan's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden?
Fascination you don't seem to share.
The Wardens are impressive, but not as relevant as Caelan thinks. You look
Okay.
familiar. Have I seen you at the Landsmeet?
My father was the Teyrn of High Ever.
The king told me of his promise. I'm certain he has every intention of following it through. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you?
Not sure.
If Caelan has his way, you will. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort.
You don't seem very fond of him.
He is Maric's son, and the leader of my beloved Ferelden, and a very young man. I try to keep that in mind, as should you.
Yeah, as we'll later learn, Loghain probably isn't someone we should trust. For reasons. Happy Bark.
You there, elf. What's your name?
It's Pick, sir.
Go tell Teyrn Loghain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
What do you need? You haven't brought more instructions from the Teyrn, I hope.
Do you talk to everyone like that?
If I feel like it. If you're not from the Teyrn, what do you want? We're busy.
You don't look like the other soldiers in the army.
We aren't. We're Ash Warriors.
Can I ask you something?
Make it quick.
What are you preparing
To
for?
scout the wilds and watch the progression of the Darkspawn horde. With luck, we'll find and slaughter many stragglers. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight.
Survive the blood, what do you mean?
Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal. Those who survive grow immune to its effects. The wardens say that tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually. But not today. Today, we hunt and we kill.
Why have you painted your dogs?
They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies. But the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same.
What if the enemy is painted with caddis as well?
Why? Would you steal our caddis and give it to the Darkspawn hordes?
Absolutely not.
Good. I hear death is unpleasant.
I might steal it and use it on my own bark spawn, but...
My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it. We're almost ready to scout the wilds. With luck, we'll slaughter a few Darkspawn.
I forgot to get the codex
So,
thing.
What do you want? Be quick
Need to
about
ask
it.
him about being an Ash Warrior.
We aren't. We're Ash Warriors.
What's an Ash
Our
Warrior?
training has been passed down since Lathias the Dwarf Son first harnessed the battle rage of the dwarves. It is an old tale.
Can I hear this old tale?
I am no bard, but I will do my best. Lathias was a claimed tribesman. Some said he was too short to be a warrior, but he was strong and fierce. His chieftain sent him to the dwarves of Orzammar to negotiate an alliance, where he fell in love with the king's daughter, Skya, and brought her back to his tribe. She taught Lathias to use the dwarven battle wrath to summon his strength and ignore all pain. Lathias then taught this to the Clane, who made him their chieftain.
And what happened to him?
Lathias' prowess earned him the love of Morriganon, a beautiful chieftain of another tribe. When Skya learned of his seduction, she returned to her people. Lathias was grieved. He sent Morriganon away, but this only vexed her, and began a long war between their tribes. In the end, Lathias slew Morriganon in single combat. However, his wounds were great, and he perished when the rage ended. The dwarves came from Orzammar that day, and gave Lathias an honored burial in the mountains. And we live by his teachings even today.
What happened to his wife, Skya?
It is said that before the final battle, she returned to Lathias and gave him a shirt of dwarven chain, along with a final night of passion. Then she was gone forever. If she lived on in Orzammar, only the dwarven folk could say for certain.
Well, that's an interesting legend. Thank you for telling me.
It was an honor.
I should be going.
My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
Alright. Elf fruit. Not that I can actually use it right now.
You may not want to remain here long, Warden. Most of these men have been tainted by the Darkspawn blood.
Uh-huh. I heard that's
In the
bad.
name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be. Ah, I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing?
Well, because the human noble has no other reason not to be an Andrastian devout or otherwise, there's no reason why she wouldn't accept the blessing. So sure. Thanks.
And I bless you, Grey Warden, in the name of Andraste and the Maker above. May the chant of light carry your name to the ears of our Lord.
Now, if I was a mage, on the other hand, I might be a little bit more, yeah, maybe not. Dalish? No, I don't worship those gods. Or, I don't worship Andraste. Dwarf? Same thing. I'm a dwarf. We worship our ancestors. City elf might just say, fuck you, just because, you know. I think of all of them, they hate humans the most.
I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
With good reason, I might add.
Greetings. You must be the third recruit we've heard about.
Yes, I'm Carolina.
Sir Jury is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arl Aemon. I was not aware they permitted women to join the Grey Wardens. None of those I've seen thus far have been.
From what I hear, the Grey Wardens take anybody. Well, perhaps they say the best for last.
You obviously impressed Duncan, and that's enough for me. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
Well, I'm curious about the joining ritual.
As am I. Has anyone told you about it?
Only that it's dangerous.
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
Okay. So before we deal with this side quest, we're going to find Alistair.
So, any last
hello.
wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle? Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some darkspawn spear this time tomorrow. Shall I take that quiet glare as a no? Oh, well, too bad.
You're trying the age-old... We might die tonight, and I don't want to die a virgin.
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
And what'd you think I was gonna be?
Not a woman, yet here you are. The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit.
Oh, maybe they did.
Just to give us a good scare. No, they don't really seem the type. I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
Well... that wouldn't frighten me.
Cannibals, beasts, witches, and now Darkspawn. What isn't to be scared of? It's all too secretive for me.
Dude, I just survived watching my
I guess we'll
entire
have to wait and
family get
see.
slaughtered down
Might
to
we
the
have a
last
choice?
child. Being able to fight monsters will actually be a lot of extremely cathartic for me right now. They're forcing you to be here?
I've got nowhere else to go after what Duncan saved me from. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
Quartermaster, hey! I can buy shit from you. After I steal shit from you. I mean, totally not steal shit. I would never.
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain.
What if I have?
Oh, well, I'd like to know where she went, that's what. No, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure. I'm the quartermaster. Did you come for supplies?
What kind of supplies do you got?
Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course. To keep morale up, you understand.
Of course. Let me see your other goods.
So long as you keep it quiet.
Dude, I'm a rogue. Quiet is my middle name. Okay, so we don't need that. We don't need these. Don't need the maces. Don't need the short bows. We'll keep the fire arrows, the great sword, and the piece of wood. Armor. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. That. Get rid of that. Get rid of these. That. Get rid of that. No. Okay. Cousland guard shield. Get rid of that. This we're going to keep, though, for Alistair. Get rid of the iron rings. that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I don't use traps. Okay, let's look at what he's got to sell. Could get ice arrow. Ooh, longbow ash. We'll do that. Armor. Studded leather boots. We'll take those. And the studded leather gloves. Okay. Okay. Okay, so weapons. We're going to take out the longbow elm and put in the longbow ash. Then get rid of these. Equip. Equip. Studded leather. Studded leather. Okay. Oh, there's a chest.
That course of action is inadvisable.
Who are you?
Welcome, young woman.
Who are you?
I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. I am of the Circle of Magi. But instead of casting spells and reading tomes, I spend my time enchanting. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
What is enchantment exactly?
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff, or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not.
Well, that does kind of make sense. The dwarves are cut off from the Fade, therefore they can't practice magic. But they're savants and enchantment. So it would kind of make sense if human mages could only enchant things with lyrium if they got their connection to the Fade cut off. That's why they're called Tranquil, by the way. You speak very strangely. Why is that?
Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent are feared?
The Chantry claims magic is sinful.
Not sinful in and of itself. They claim it leads to sin.
I never said they were right.
There is a basis for that argument. Those with magical talent attract demons and spirits. We can be possessed easily, and thus become horrors known as abominations. Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous.
Sounds like a horrid practice.
It might seem such to you, but I feel no horror. I am
You feel
content
nothing.
to serve in my role.
How is someone made tranquil?
Our forehead is branded with magic, which stills our talent and mind. The process is irreversible as far as I am aware.
I feel badly for you.
You do? I feel nothing. As the name suggests, my existence is quite peaceful. I am alive, productive, and no danger to anyone. Surely that is not a terrible thing. Perhaps we may speak of something else. Do you need assistance?
What makes it terrible is a couple of reasons. One, in cutting away your access to the Fade, it also cuts away your emotions, your sense of being, pretty much your soul. So you're basically robbing a human or an elf of who they are and leaving just an empty shell that remains. And two, what makes it even worse is, while some mages do voluntarily ask to be made tranquil, the vast majority of them, tranquility is forced upon them.
Goodbye.
So I can't in good conscience recommend tranquility as a thing. That's why Carolina will more than likely, when dealing with a mage that is like a serial killer or, you know, otherwise evil, she's just gonna straight up execute them instead of tranquilize them. Better to die as you are than, well, I'd say live on as something you're not, but is being a tranquil really living?
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
He was nice.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
I know exactly what you mean.
It's like a party. We could all stand in a circle and hold hands. That would give the Darkspawn something to think about. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage?
Don't worry, I'm no mage.
Less being yelled at for me then. So the day is still young. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit. From High Ever. I should have recognized you right away. I apologize.
And you must be Alistair.
Did Duncan mention me? Nothing bad, I hope. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Carolina.
Right, that was the name. You know, it just occurred to me that there have never been many women in the Grey Wardens. I wonder why that is.
Well, I could say something here, but, well, since this isn't the first time we played this game on stream, I'll go ahead and mention it. There's actually a good reason why females don't make up a lot of the Grey Warden's ranks. And it has to do with the transformation into a Darkspawn. See, when males are exposed to the taint and become corrupted, as all Grey Wardens eventually do, I mean, females become brood mothers. How is that sexism? mean, the males just become, you know, random soldiers, but the females become brood mothers that perpetuate the darkspawn. I mean, if you want to believe it's sexism, go ahead. I can't stop you. But again, I don't know. I tend to believe it's the brood mother thing. But the answer I'm going to give is number 2. Probably because we're too smart for you.
True, but if you're here, what does that make you?
Just one of the boys.
Sad, isn't it? So I'm curious. Have you ever actually encountered Darkspawn before?
No, I have not.
When I fought my first one, I wasn't prepared for how monstrous it was. I can't say I'm looking forward to encountering another. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
That argument I saw, what was it about?
With the mage. The circle is here at the king's request, and the chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are, which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
That would be awkward.
I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
Now the funny thing is, as we'll later learn, that mage that he was arguing with was one of Uldred's men, who is in cohorts with Loghain. And his job was to coordinate the signal for Loghain to attack and support Kaelin's men. Well, the plan, obviously, was, oh no, the magic didn't work. We meant to cast the signal, but the Darkspawn's magic counteracted it. We couldn't get it. And Loghain's like, well, I never saw the signal, therefore I didn't attack. And then I saw Kaelin's forces wiped out. We retreated because the battle was lost. And everyone in Ferelden would have accepted it. But because the High Cleric here had a bug up her butt about working with mages and sent Alistair to annoy the mages, which kind of caused them not to want to work with the Grey Wardens, the Grey Wardens were tasked with lighting the beacon at the Tower of Ishal, which was just, we light a fire. That was clearly seen by everyone. Even by Loghain, he was forced to come up with that horrible, oh yeah, it looked real bad thing. Despite the fact that survivors said, we saw the beacon, he called a retreat, which led to the Civil War. So basically, because a High Cleric wanted to be petty, we actually got the chance we needed in order to end the Fifth Blight. Yay!
You do? Huh. That's a switch. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Alright, Alistair. He's an important character. You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together. Alistair was a novice Grey Templar when Duncan recruited him into the Grey Wardens, or rescued him, as Alistair would say. When I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. Wynn's talent became apparent early on, particularly her skill at healing magic. She was well liked by all her mentors and was recognized as an exceptionally gifted student. Even the Templars who watched her could not deny that she represented the best the Circle had to offer. She was an intelligent young woman who possessed a quiet confidence and maturity beyond her years. She spent many years mentoring apprentices within the Circle, and her peers thought so highly of her that she was asked to be First Enchanter Irving's successor, but she refused, saying that she had no desire to work in the upper echelons. When word reached the tower of King Caelan's call to arms, Wynne volunteered to go to Ostagar. Songs, the legend of Thedas Dwarson, controls, merchants, okay, magic and religion, the Fade, and the Tranquil. Okay, there we go. Now, we've got Alistair. What does he equipped with? Alistair is a Templar. Well, he didn't take the vows, but, I mean, you know. That also means he is a warrior. He's not armed with any ranged abilities whatsoever. I'm going to go ahead and give him a bow and arrow, just on the safe side. As for armor, we're going to take away his Templar shield and give him the Shield of Highever. Because, you know, there's no reason why I would want to give him my family's shield. None at all. I'm totally not making a play for Queen of Ferelden. What are you talking about? But yeah, his skills so far. He's got the Righteous Strike, which is basically this game's version of Smite. It's passive. Enforce is specifically chosen to control Mage and Slay Abomination. Each of the Templars' melee hits against an enemy spellcaster drains the mana. Cleanse Aura, Mana Fortress. Okay, so here's the Smite. Never mind. He's also got the powerful thing. Gain greater health and reduce fatigue penalty for wearing armor. He doesn't have anything in dual weapons or archery, nor two-handed, but he's got some stuff in sword and board. I mean, weapon and shield. He's got the shield bash, shield pummel, shield block, and shield cover. And then let's see here. Alistair's spells and talents. No. Skills. He's only got combat training. But as a warrior, he's not really expected to do much. Just that. Okay, we've got some runes. But we can't really use them yet because we can't enchant anything. Alright. Go ahead and sell some more stuff to the merchant.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps?
Let me see what you got.
Let me know what you'd like.
Alright, so. Armor. Get rid of that. 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 Okay. Studded helmet. I'll take that. For me. Nothing there. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and put our helmet on. There we go. So we don't have matching armor, That's only because, I mean, we could if we put that, there we go. Item set bonus, which is, what's the item set bonus? Dragon Age, Regions, set bonus. Okay, so according to the wiki, stud leather armor, the whole set gives +1 defense. And our defense currently is a 61, but if we put on this, it's 64. So yeah, we're going with that. Alright, Barkspawn, are you asserting dominance over the new guys? Good boy. Alright, let's talk with Davith.
Well, in for a silver, in for a crown, as my dear mum always used to say.
Alright, fine. Talk with Duncan.
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Kokari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood, 1 for each recruit.
Alright, what do we need Darkspawn blood for?
For the joining itself. I'll explain more once you've returned.
Alright, what's the second task?
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
Okay, what kind of scrolls are these?
Old treaties, if you're curious. Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities. With so many having forgotten their commitments to us, I suspect it may be a good idea to have something to remind them with.
And what if they're no longer there?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them. Only a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things were assumed that have not held true.
Alright, find the archive and 3 vials of blood. Understood.
Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
New quest, Tainted Blood. And we now have control over Davith, a level 3 rogue, and Jory, a level 3 warrior, who will totally be with us for the entire game. That nothing bad will ever happen to Jory or Davith. So you're wearing splint mail. That's 510. What about chain mail? It's 510. Requires 16 strength. Fatigue 7.35. Okay, so gray iron. There's no real reason to switch except for looks. I don't really like the look of the splint mail, so chainmail instead. There you go. Let's see here. Medium armor. Splint mail gives +1 armor. Chainmail minus 2.5 fatigue. Yeah, that's a better call for that. Okay. And then Jory. There you go. Splint mail. No. There we go. Enjoy. And Davith has got stud leather, stud leather, stud leather. Cured though. Rough. Rough. There we go. Okay, and daggers. Longbow ash, okay. And the longbow elm. All right.
We need to get down to the wilds. The sooner you get this done, the better. Trust me.
Okay, so we are ready to head into the wilds. We're gonna quick save.
Hail. I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
Okay, we are now in the wilds. So what we've got for quests here, got Tainted Blood and the Grey Warden's Cache. Oh.
I love how desperate you are. You're pathetic. Now let's see some blood.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Take those. All right.
Let's get what we came for and head back to Duncan.
I am ready.
You said you're from Redcliffe.
I hail from Redcliffe, but Duncan recruited me in Highover, a city off the northern coast. Have you traveled there?
I'm from there, actually.
I was in Arlayman's retinue when he attended King Maric's funeral. It was in Highover that I met my Helena. I was smitten. She has the most beautiful eyes, my Helena. Now, for years, I found any excuse to return there. We married a year ago. Arlayman gave me leave to serve in Highover, but I was attempting to persuade Helena to come to Redcliffe with me, at least until I was recruited.
How the Grey Wardens find you?
Last month, Duncan visited Highover, and the band held a tournament in his honor. I won the Grand Melee. It was hard to leave my wife. We married only a year ago, and she is heavy with child now. But Ferelden needs my blade, and I shall not falter.
Well, what are you thinking, Duncan?
He has a seemingly impossible task, with a scarce handful of Grey Wardens, yet he does not complain or flinch from his duty.
And what do you think we should do now?
We need to find those documents and the Darkspawn blood. It should be interesting.
Alright, let's go.
Indeed.
And you, David,
Yes?
what's your story? Where are you from?
I grew up in a village about a day's trip to the east. Little blot you wouldn't even find on a map. Haven't been back in years. I struck out to the city as soon as I could outrun my past.
Oh, that sounds
I've
like
been
a
in
great
Denerim for what, 6 years
story,
now.
or
Never
childhood.
liked it much, but there's more purses there than anywhere else.
So you're a cut purse.
And a pickpocket, thank you very much. Or was, anyhow. Who'd ever guess I'd end up a Grey Warden?
So how do the Grey Wardens find you?
I found them. I cut Duncan's purse while he was standing in a crowd. He grabs my wrist, but I squirm out and bolt. The old bugger can run, but the garrison caught me first. I'm a wanted man in Denerim, you see, so they were going to string me up right there.
And what happened then?
Duncan stopped them, invoked the right of conscription. I gave the garrison the finger while I was walking away. Don't know why Duncan wants someone like me, but he says finesse is important and that I'm fast with a blade. You bet your boots I am. Besides, it beats getting strung up.
So yeah, the dirty little secret about the Wardens is this is how actually most of them get recruited. Since they take anyone, most of them are usually criminals with an appointment with the gallows. The Wardens invoke the right of conscription, basically giving them a chance. Though, as we'll learn, becoming a Grey Warden might as well be a death sentence. It's just that the sentence might take a couple decades or so to fully carry out.
All right for an old bugger. He's faster than he looks, too.
Well, what do you think we should do now?
You heard the same speech I did. Blood and old treaties. Off we go into the wilds. Hey, I'm following you, aren't I?
That's right, you are. Because I am your queen. Oh. I forgot to do something. Okay. We need to load... Too late now. Okay. I forgot to talk with the deserter. We might be able to do it once we get back from the wilds, but it might be too late. Jogby. Alata. Area map. That's nice. Quest related. My dearest son, it pleases me that you wish to follow my footsteps and bring the Maker's word to the unenlightened. I wish you had chosen a less dangerous place to do so. Apologies for leaving early for the wilds, son, but I wanted to set up camp and get things started. The chastened respect one with survival skills in the wilds, so I had hoped to get a grip on that before you arrived, and maybe establish an agreement with the local tribe so that we had friends when you came. When you reach the wilds, you'll find it difficult to navigate. I've listed certain landmarks below. If you follow them, they will lead you to a location I've scattered out, where I've left you some supplies. If you're lost, try to get back to that spot and I'll find you. The landmarks are as follows, beginning from the entrance to the wilds from Ostagar. Look for a tree leaning on a ruined building, pass under a fallen tree bridge, pass a submerged tower on the right, look between a high ruined arch and a mossy standing stone, walk along a path of roots and stones, look for 2 large statues with a chest between them. There you'll find our meeting point. I love you, Jogby, my son, and I hope to see you soon. Your father, Rigby. Well, I don't think they're gonna be meeting.
Over here.
Who is that? Grey Wardens?
Well, he's not half as dead as he looks, is he?
My scouting band was attacked by Darkspawn. They came out of the ground. Please help me. I've got to return to camp.
Well, let's try to bandage him up, at least.
I have bandages in my pack.
Thank you. I've got to get out of here.
Did you hear? An entire patrol of seasoned men killed by Darkspawn.
Calm down, Sir Jory. We'll be fine if we're careful.
Those soldiers were careful, and they were still overwhelmed. How many Darkspawn can the four of us slay? A dozen? 100? There's an entire army in these forests.
There are Darkspawn about, but we're in no danger of walking into the bulk of the Horde.
How do you know? I'm not a coward.
You sure about that? You
This
sound
is
like
foolish
it.
and reckless. We should go back.
Overcoming these dangers is a part of our test.
That's true.
Know this. All Grey Wardens can sense Darkspawn. Whatever their cunning, I guarantee they won't take us by surprise. That's why I'm here.
You see, Sir Knight, we might die, but we'll be warned about it first.
I like David. He's funny.
Reassuring.
That doesn't mean I'm here to make this easy, however. So let's get a move on.
Jory, on the other hand, he talks all about wanting glory and shit, but when danger rears its ugly head, he's the first one to turn tail and run. Wildflower.
That flower, white with a red center. The kennel master at Ostagar was asking about those.
Why did he want them, do you know?
The kennel master said this flower can help dogs that get sick from biting Darkspawn. At any rate, he was offering a reward if someone went into the wilds and brought him one. Might want to think about it is all.
Okie dokie. Elf fruits over there. Oop. They're coming from this way, but I want to go this way.
Darkspawn! Kill them all! Get to the ladder so you can get on my back.
Oh, vile Darkspawn blood.
Got it. Got it.
Lock. More Darkspawn blood. And we got all the Darkspawn blood we need. But let's keep exploring. There's a chest here. Mud Idol, Flawed Fire Crystal, and Rigby's Field Journal. Signs of the Chastened. The Chasen barbarians are nothing if not clever. They have hidden markers and signs and arrangements of stones and rubble along the paths of the wilds. In this way, they mark trails, note places of interest, and even give warnings in a way that outsiders cannot understand. Interestingly, these markers look indistinguishable from a regular pile of stones. I have dedicated my time to deciphering these signs, and I believe I am close to a breakthrough. The trail markers seem to point to a hoard or location used for secret storage among the chastened. I have only found a portion of the message, however. I think that if I could complete the message, find all the trail markers, I could find this cache and see what treasure the chastened have to hide. I have found one such marker near this camp, under a fallen tree leaning against the ruins. Each marker seems to point to one or two others. I hear rumors that Darkspawn Horde is coming. I hope I can find this treasure before it's too late. An excerpt from Rigby's Field Journal. Jason Trail Sign. Alright, so we got a trail sign.
Now's better than later. Got him.
Pin you down. Okay. Let's see here. Death root, Alfred. Okay, well. Let's go get the... Oh! Darkspawn. Got. Okay.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Take floor spar. Take health potion. I don't know why they're called poultices. Because they're clearly potions. You drink a potion. Poultices are like bandages.
Look there. Poor slobs. That just seems so excessive.
Okay, let's get the elf fruit. I guess we have to cross the tree bridge. Nope, can't cross the tree bridge, okay. Guess I can climb up on the back. Oh, hi.
Let's see some blood!
Right to the face!
Alright. Level up. Cunning. Willpower next. Go with Master Combat Training. And then we'll go with Improved Tools. That doesn't sound good.
I'll get on it.
More fire arrows. Let's see. Fire arrows. Can I not put them down here? Okay, I guess I can't. There we go. I'll just equip them there. Hey! Who's shooting? Fuck you.
Push them back!
I'll get on it.
Chainmail. Archer. Missionary Rigby.
Alright, alright.
The Last Will and Testament. To whoever finds this note, this is the last will and testament of Rigby the missionary, proud speaker of the Maker's Word. I have come to the wilds to speak the chant, but I fear I will die here at the hands of the Darkspawn. I leave all that I came with to my wife Jetta, should the reader of this note feel charitable. I have buried in a sealed lockbox in our camp, nestled in the Tevinter ruin to the west of the reaches of the wilds. It is my will that this lockbox finds my wife in Redcliffe, and that it is still sealed shut when it reaches her. To my wife and son, I apologize that my work has taken me from you, but know that I die in service to the Maker. Okay, well, let's see here. Let's see here. Last will and testament. So he wants to take us to take the lockbox to Jeddah and Redcliffe. Doesn't really have any plot consequences if we take it or leave it. And Caroline is kind of a klepto, so we're stealing it. If we can find it. Moving with mouse and keyboard is not fun for me. probably comes with the territory of being a consul peasant. Jason trail sign.
What's this?
Oh, shit! Fuck! Okay. And potion. Ba, 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 ba. Jason trail sign up there. Okay. We can go back. Now, I guess my question for y'all is, we are not going to be able to complete Ostagar in its entirety in 1 2-hour stream. So my question is, we have the time, because it's Friday night, to go longer and finish Ostagar. Or we can finish the Wilds and do the rest of Ostagar in the next stream.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Doesn't really matter to me. Up to you. Okay, well. I kind of want to finish Ostagar, because the whole Ostagar thing kind of feels like it's meant to be played at once. I might take a quick intermission after the Wilds is done. I won't even kill the strain, but just, you know, like to refill the water / totally not Dr. Pepper. But I feel like Ostagar, or everything up till Lothering, should be played as one setting. A Jason trail sign. And there's another one, okay. We need to go north. There it is. Up on Dead Man's Hill. Okay, so what is everyone's favorite Dragon Age Origins companion?
What's this?
I'd have to say mine is either Alistair or Liliana. Morgan's cool, but getting her approval and still being a good guy is difficult, to say the least. Wynn's also a very useful companion, but what I find annoying about Wynn is she can get rather holier than thou. So it's like, Wynn, just because you don't think I should be, you know, romancing people doesn't mean I'm not going to.
Looky here.
I mean, she means well. It's like, you need to put your duty above, duty for others above duty for yourself. It's like, yeah, that's great, but Ferelden's gonna need a queen. Is it wrong for me to seek companionship after watching my entire family die? Oh, shit. Okay.
I see a trap. I see a trap. I see a trap.
Hey, Alistair, maybe, oh, I don't know. Pinch of ashes. Kokori wilds are rife with legends and myths that have amazed and confounded scholars since the fall of Ostagar in ancient times. One such mystery lies behind the tale of Astia and Nebinar, two young lovers who lived in Ostagar. Legend says that Astia grew up in the company of Gazarath, a spirit of earth bound to an overhang on the bank of a lake in the Kokori wilds. Gazarath began to fancy her, and they spent much of their days together, talking and laughing. Over the years, however, Astia became a woman and began to seek the company of men. When Astia met Nebinar, the two fell in love, and Astia hoped to bring her lover to see her spirit friend. But the spirit, angered and jealous, bade her be gone. Gazarath told her that she would never see it again until she brought her lover's ashes and sprinkled them over their spot. Astia was horrified, and she fled from the enraged spirit. But she began to miss Gazarath, and on the day Nebinar asked her to marry him, she cut her beloved's throat, burned him, and brought his ashes to Gazarath, knowing that their marriage would forever sever her ties to her dear spirit friend. There are legends among the Chastened that Gazarath still haunts that lake, and that those who sprinkle the ashes of the deceased over the right spot can summon the spirit. In memory of the contract with its beloved Astia, Gazarath will grant a single wish and then vanish, never to be heard from again. A note is scribbled on the margin beneath the page. Marcus, I think this is real. If you take the ashes I gave you and scatter them over a pile of rocks on the overhang overlooking that half-sunken Deventer dome, maybe Gazarath will appear and give you a wish. If the battle takes you there, I think it's worth a try. Alright. Just loot everything. Loot everything.
All right, all right.
Okay, so let's see here. Kakari Wilds. Jason trail signs. Alright, what's the Gazarath thing? Gazarath. It's a shade that can be summoned in the Kakari Wilds. The first boss ranked enemy encounter. Pinch of Ashes. Alright, well, that's something we could do, but the loot for it is bugged, so we'll just do it for the experience. Alright, well, let's head down this way first. This looks like a nice spot to rest. That totally isn't trapped. Oh no! Ambush! I totally did not see that coming.
Now's better than later.
Elf root. Jason Cash. Holy balls! Okay. We've got Barbarian Mace, the Chastened Crusher, the Wild's Bow, which is you, tier 3. It is a short bow. Okay. Thane Helmet. Chastened Robes. Okay, well, we're going to take those. And Alistair is going to wear the helmet. Okay. Okay, he's not going to wear the helmet. It looks funny, but yeah, no. And then what's up this way? There we go. I think this is where we can do the ashes. Sprinkle more ash on the pile of... you see a pile of stones covered in a fine layer of dust and ash. Sprinkle more ash on the pile of stones.
Summons Gazarath from slumber.
Down he goes. Yay, XP and loot. We got Enchanter's Footing. Should be great for a mage, but we don't have a mage right now. Potent Lyrian Potion. Okay. I hear Darkspawn. So I don't want to be using fire arrows against the common rabble. Okay, take that.
Now's better than later.
The Alpha. Grey Warden helmet. That one is gonna go to Alistair. There we go. That looks better. I'll grab some death root. Move this over here. Alright, let's go. Oh. It's empty.
Well, well. What have we here? Are you a vulture, I wonder? A scavenger, poking amidst a corpse whose bones were long since cleaned? Or merely an intruder, come into these darkspawn-filled wilds of mine in search of easy prey? What say you, Scavenger or intruder?
I am neither. The Grey Warrens own this tower.
Tis a tower no longer. The wilds have obviously claimed this desiccated corpse. I have watched your progress for some time. Where do they go, I wondered? Why are they here? And now you disturb ashes none have touched for so long. Why is that?
Don't answer her. She looks chastened, and that means others may be nearby.
Oh, you fear barbarians will swoop down upon you.
Yes, swooping is bad.
She's a witch of the wild, she is. She'll turn us into toads.
Witch of the wilds. Such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? You there. Women do not frighten like little boys. Tell me your name and I shall tell you mine.
Alright. Carolina, pleasure to meet you.
Now that is a proper civil greeting, even here in the wilds. You may call me Morrigan. Shall I guess your purpose? You sought something in that chest? Something that is here no longer?
Yeah.
Here no longer. You stole them, didn't you? You're some kind of sneaky witch thief.
How very eloquent. How does one steal from
Alistair, you're great, but
Easily, it seems.
you're not that bright.
Those documents are Grey Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for 'twas not I who removed them. Invoke a name that means nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened.
Very well, then who removed them?
'Twas my mother, in fact.
Can you take us to her?
There is a sensible request. I like you.
I'd be careful. First it's, I like you, but then zap. Frog time.
She'll put us all in the pot,
Wait.
she will. Just you watch.
I never actually
Warmer than this
used
forest, it'd be a nice
spells
change.
other than
Follow
elemental
me,
spells.
then, if it pleases you.
Can you actually turn someone into a frog in Dragon Age? Because if you can, that'd be cool.
Greetings, Mother. I bring before you 4 Grey Wardens who...
I see them, girl. Much as I expected.
Are we supposed to believe you were expecting us?
You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Shut one's eyes tight or open one's arms wide. Either way, one's a fool.
She's a witch, I tell you. We shouldn't be talking to her.
Quiet, Davith. If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There is a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things, but it is not I who decides. Believe what you will. And what of you? Does your woman's mind give you a different viewpoint? Or do you believe as these boys do?
Now, if you're a non-human, no matter which sex, she'll say, like, for example, if you're an elf, she'll be like, does your elven mind give you a different viewpoint? Same thing with the dwarf. So it's only the human men that she doesn't like. Also, I like Flemeth. She's a great character. And a small part of me liking Flemeth probably has a lot to do with her voice actress. Because when I hear Flemeth, I don't hear Flemeth. I hear Captain Catherine Janeway. I grew up, I mean, longtime viewers of the channel know this, but I grew up with my dad watching Star Trek Voyager as it aired as a child. So, Janeway was, I mean, I always got a soft spot for Janeway. Not entirely sure what to believe.
A statement that possesses more wisdom than it implies. Be always aware. Or is it oblivious? I can never remember. So much about you is uncertain, and yet I believe. Do I? Why, it seems I do.
So this is a dreaded Witch of the Wilds.
Witch of the Wilds, huh? Morrigan must have told you that. She fancies such tales, though she would never admit it. Oh, how she dances under the moon.
They did not come to listen to your wild tales, Mother.
True, they came for their treaties, yes? And before you begin barking, your precious seal wore off long ago. I have protected these.
You... Oh, you protected them.
And why not? Take them to your Grey Wardens and tell them this Blight's threat is greater than they realize.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't she protect the Grey Warden seals? The Grey Wardens are the only things that can stop the Darkspawn and the Blights, and the Darkspawn are the one thing in Thedas that can unite everyone else. Because the Darkspawn care not for your politics, they care not for your species, they care not for your gender, they care not for your religion. All they want is to murder you all. And they will slash at your guts with a smile on their face as they lay waste to your towns, set fire to your cities, and blight your crops. It doesn't matter. To them, they just want all the world to die. So, of course, the Darkspawn are the one thing that no matter what, everyone is united in the fact, or should be united in the fact, that they need to kill the Blight. So why wouldn't Flemeth guard and protect the Warden treaties? They're useful to Wardens, which means they're useful to her. Thank you for returning them.
Such manners. Always in the last place you look. Like stockings. Oh, do not mind me. You have what you came for.
Time for you to go, then.
Do not be ridiculous, girl. These are your guests.
Oh, very well. I will show you out of the woods. Follow me.
Thank you, Morrigan. Alrighty. So before we return to Duncan, we're going to check to see if we can talk to the deserter.
Hello again, Warden.
Looks like
May
we
the
can.
Maker guard you in the coming battle.
Alright.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me.
No, I haven't.
I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you. All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
I'll see what I can do.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
Well, they didn't. I had a chat with him, actually.
Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation.
He asked for some food and water.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
So you missed one meal. This man could be hanged soon. And, no one should be forced to die on an empty stomach.
All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs. Don't know why you care. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm gonna say it was you. Just so you know.
I'm pretty sure Kalen won't give a shit that the heir to the Terran of High Ever gave a deserter a last meal. And we're going to sell some stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, for no reason whatsoever, we're gonna take that away. Gonna take that away. That. There, you can have that. And then Davith. I'm gonna take that. That. And that. Why are you taking away all their shit? No reason. It's not like they're gonna die and then lose it forever and I'm trying to sell stuff. Because, you know, BioWare never gives you companions at the prologue that die.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies,
Jenkins.
perhaps?
Let me see your other goods.
So long as you keep it quiet.
Yeah. Bite me. Okay. Ooh, enchanted dagger. We're gonna keep that. Great sword. Balanced great sword. 11 versus 11. So what's the difference? This has a strength requirement. Okay, well, get rid of that. Barbarian mace. No one's going to be using maces or a crusher. Get rid of the longbow. Get rid of the fire bolts. Get rid of the darkspawn staff. Armor. Leather gloves. Cold resistance. Topaz, malachite. Garnet. Quartz. Engraved silver ball. Wolf pelt. Okay. Get a double baked Mabari crunch. That's the only way to heal bark spawn. Get some injury kits. There we go. Okay. Then we'll give the wildflower to the kennel master.
Greetings. Are you one of the Grey Wardens that went into the wilds? Did you happen to see any white flowers?
Yes, in fact, I have one of them with me.
I don't know for sure that the flower will aid my poor hounds, but it's worth trying. I have, let's see, 20 silver to offer as a reward for it.
A reward's not necessary.
You're very generous. Thank you for your help. Perhaps we won't lose as many hounds today as I'd feared.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take a quick intermission while I reload my drinks. And then we will be on our way to the final Battle of Ostagar. So I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes or something. Alright. I am back. A little faster than I thought it would be, but whatever. So, before we continue, let's take a quick look at her accomplishments. For Carolina, she has 29 kills. The most powerful foe slain was a Genlock Archer. She has a 93% hit rate. Damage dealt is 2,555. Greatest damage dealt in a single shot was 35. No friendly fire. Contribution to party damage 42%. Injuries 0. As for the party, we have 123 kills. 1 demon and undead kill. 39 people killed. 49 darkspawn, and 18 vermin, and 16 dangerous animals. Most powerful foes slain, Gazareth. Damage dealt, 5,974. Most money spent, 4 gold, 9 silver, whatever. Conversations initiated, 80. Codex entries discovered, 38. World explored, 8%. Template, okay. Alistair's most powerful foe slain was Genlock Archer. Contribution to party damage, 31%. Hit rate of 96. So it was Davith who took out the first boss, Gazareth. Nice. And Jory, well, he's just shit. Okay. Well, let us continue. Hello, Bark Spawn. Bark. Alright, Duncan, here we are.
So you returned from the wilds. Have you been successful?
We have.
Good. I've had the Circle mages preparing. With the blood you've retrieved, we can begin the joining immediately.
Maybe we should tell you about Morgan and her mother.
There was a woman at the tower, and her mother had the scrolls. They were both very odd.
Were they wilder folk?
I don't think so. They might be apostates. Mages hiding from the Chantry.
I know you were once a Templar, Alistair, but Chantry business is not ours. We have the scrolls. Let us focus on the joining.
I am ready.
Excellent. You will need that courage to face what comes next.
Courage? How much danger are we in?
I will not lie. We Grey Wardens pay a heavy price to become what we are. Fate may decree that you pay your price now, rather than later.
Well. Hello, Geo. Welcome to Strem. Is that why the joining is so secret?
If only such secrecy were unnecessary, and all understood the necessity of such sacrifice. Sadly, that will never be so.
Let's go then. I'm anxious to see this joining now.
I agree. Let's have it done.
Then let us begin. Alistair, take them to the old temple.
The more I hear about this joining, the less I like it.
Are you blubbering again?
Why all these damn tests? Have I not earned my place?
Maybe
How'd
it's
you
tradition.
get a sword,
Maybe
Jory?
they're just trying to annoy you.
I swear, I'm the bravest one here, and I'm a woman.
I only know that my wife is in Highever with a child on the way. If they had warned me, it just doesn't seem fair.
Would you have come if they'd warned you? Maybe that's why they don't. The Wardens do what they must, right?
Including sacrificing us?
I'd sacrifice a lot more if I knew it would end the Blight.
Well, you make a good point.
You saw those Darkspawns tonight. Wouldn't you die to protect your pretty wife from them? Maybe you'll die. Maybe we'll all die. If nobody stops the Darkspawn, we'll die for sure.
I've just never faced a foe I could not engage with my blade.
At last, we come to the joining. The Grey Wardens were founded during the First Blight, when humanity stood on the verge of annihilation. So it was that the first Grey Wardens drank of Darkspawn blood, and mastered their taint.
We're going to drink the blood of those creatures.
As the first Grey Wardens did before us, as we did before you. This is the source of our power and our victory.
Those who survive the joining become immune to the taint. We can sense it in the Darkspawn and use it to slay the Archdemon.
Well, let's get on with it then.
We speak only a few words prior to the joining, but these words have been said since the first. Alistair, if you would.
Join us, brothers and sisters. Join us in the shadows where we stand vigilant. Join us as we carry the duty that cannot be forsworn. And should you perish, know that your sacrifice will not be forgotten. and that one day we shall join you.
Davith, step forward.
All right, roll Constitution. Ooh, looks like he got a nat 1.
Make his breath.
I am sorry, Davith. Step forward, Jory.
But I have a wife, a child. Had I known...
There is no turning back.
No. You ask too much. There is no glory in this.
I am sorry.
You might be wondering, why did Duncan kill him? Well, one,
But the joining is not yet complete.
he drew, or Jory drew the sword first.
You are called upon to submit yourself to the taint for the greater good.
Second, the secret needs to be maintained.
From this moment forth, you are a Grey Warden.
Now let's see if I roll high in my con save. Looks like I did.
It is finished. Welcome.
2 more deaths.
Ow.
In my joining, only one of us died, but it was horrible. I'm glad at least one of you made it through.
How do you feel?
Oh, you know. Pain. It's unbelievable.
Such is what it takes to be a Grey Warden.
Did you have dreams? I had terrible dreams after my joining.
Such dreams come when you begin to sense the Darkspawn, as we all do. That and many other things can be explained in the months to come.
Before I forget, there is one last part to your joining. We take some of that blood and put it in a pendant. Something to remind us of those who didn't make it this far.
Take some time. When you're ready, I'd like you to accompany me to a meeting with the King.
What kind of meeting?
The King is discussing strategy for the upcoming battle. I am not sure why he has requested your presence. The meeting is to the west, down the stairs. Please attend as soon as you're able.
Well, there's actually a lore reason why a human noble would be asked to the table. Not only are you a Grey Warden and King Cousland has, you know, a fascination with Grey Wardens, but you're a noble of Ferelden. And the last remaining heir that, you know, well, aside from Fergus, yeah, I reckon King would want to speak to his landed nobleman before. Exactly. In fact, it would be more odd for the human noble not to be invited to the table. Now, the some of the other origins might be a little questionable, like the 2 elf ones. Why would a king ask for a city elf or a Dalish elf for battle strategies? The dwarven noble does make sense. The line of Iduken, yeah, possibly parlay an alliance with Orzammar. I could also see a mage, because mages are artillery. Maybe having a warden mage at the battle plans could be helpful. But the dwarven outcast, or the cast list, and the 2 elves make no sense. Other than Cousland just really likes wardens. But we leveled up. So let's see here. We're gonna up our decks. Okay, we got 2 talents. Let's go with defensive fire. Let's see here. Should I go flurry or dual striking? Let's do dual striking. Oh, and Bark Spawn leveled up. Yay, Bark Spawn. Let's get his strength up to 20 and his con up to 17. And he's got 1 talent. We can either give him Dread Howl. The Bark Spawn lets out a loud howl, stunning most nearby enemies, or Charge. Bark Spawn charges at his enemy, dealing normal damage if the attack hits and knocking the opponent down, unless it passes a physical resistance check. Now let's do Charge. That sounds fun. And we did get a new item. Let's see here. Let's get rid of this dagger. Instead, get the enchanted dagger. Also, it looks like our mod for increasing our close archery. Yes, I did. That was the first one I got. Sovereign. I learned early on from Pathfinder as a ranger, you want close range or archery feats. Because the DM's going to throw people in your face. And if you're not proficient with a blade, you're going to need to shoot into melee. Well, the family sword does actually suck. But I have a mod where equipped weapons level up with you. So I don't know if it's working. I think it might be working. I'm just gonna call up its space stats to check. Okay, the family sword. Oh, it hasn't done it yet. Okay. Maybe it's once it gets to camp. But yeah, it is definitely better than anything you can. I agree with the mod. It hasn't done anything yet, but I think it only starts work once you hit camp. And we haven't hit camp yet. But I'm hoping that it will level up with me. So I can, you know, get it enchanted and stuff. If not, it'll still be, you know, leveling up, so... But I'm not selling it. This is gonna be the sword that avenges my family by dealing with Arl Rendenhau. Okay. Key required. Do I have the ability to steal yet? Trust me on this. We're not ending the stream. But I need a skill point. The divine vessel? What the hell? Divine talents. Okay. Okay. Alright, stealing. But yeah, here's the melee archer, Sovereign. I got that one real early on. Crippling shot and repulsed. Alright. So, the reason why we're doing this is I'm gonna try and steal the key from this dude that wins over there. This is why I'm...
I'll get on it.
Nothing to steal. Ah, well, fuck. Okay, fine. But I did get the achievement. That's good. Okay, okay, let's see here. Sir Galen's sword. Keys to the mage's chest. The hungry deserter. Okay. Well, we can try stealing from him. But first, we're gonna try stealing from the quartermaster. Because apparently we get a belt from that. So just don't mind me. I'm just gonna save the game here. Yay! Hardy's belt. +1 to Constitution. Yay! Quick saves to the rescue. Yep. Quick saves are, I mean, it's great that you're able to quick save. nothing to steal. Well, damn it. Okay. What about this dude? Oh, I got food and water. Okay, whatever. There we go.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Remember when things is mostly. Yeah. Night. Not gonna steal from Alistair. But the King's Knight, though. Damn it! Okay, well, we tried. Let's see here. It sounds like says I could try Duncan, but it requires at least 20 cunning. I do have 20 cunning. Should I steal? Oh, wait, I can't. Never mind.
Loghain, my decision is final. I will stand by the Grey Wardens in this assault.
You risk too much, Cousland. The Darkspawn Horde is too dangerous for you to be playing hero on the front lines.
If that's the case, perhaps we should wait for the Orlesian forces to join us after all.
I must repeat my protest to your fool notion that we need the Orlesians to defend ourselves.
He
It is not a fool notion.
Yeah.
Our arguments with the Orlesians are a thing of the past, and you will remember who is king.
How fortunate Marek did not live to see his son ready to hand Ferelden over to those who enslaved us for a century.
Then our current forces will have to suffice, won't they? Duncan, are your men ready for battle?
They are, Your Majesty.
And this is the lady from Highever I met earlier?
No, I don't either.
Congratulations are in order.
I wouldn't be trusting the Orlesians either. However, I would be waiting for the Elysian Wardens. Because the Elysian Wardens are not loyal to Orlais. They're solely interested in defeating the Blight. Normal Elysian forces, yeah, fuck that. They can stay there. And, Loghain's also right in the fact that, Caitlin probably shouldn't be going in the front lines. But I kind of suspect that's exactly what Loghain's counting on. Yeah, the Wardens, their only job is killing the not-orcs in Mordor. Exactly. Congratulations are in order. Well, thank you.
Every Grey Warden is needed now. You should be honored to join their ranks.
I'm here to
Your
kill
fascination with glory and
Arhau.
legends will be your undoing, Cousland. We must attend to reality.
Fine. Speak your strategy. The Grey Wardens and I draw the Darkspawn into charging our lines, and then?
You will alert the tower to light the beacon, signaling my men to charge from
To
cover.
flank the Darkspawn, I remember. This is the Tower of Ishal in the ruins, yes? Well, who shall light this beacon?
I have a few men stationed there. It's not a dangerous task, but it is vital.
Then we should send our best. Send Alistair and the new Grey Warden to make sure it's done.
I'll do my best, Your Majesty.
You rely on these Grey Wardens too much. Is that truly wise?
Enough of your conspiracy theories, Loghain. Grey Wardens battle the Blight no matter where they're from.
Your Majesty, you should consider the possibility of the archdemon appearing.
There have been no signs of any dragons in the wilds.
Isn't that what your men are here for, Duncan?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, the tower and its beacon are unnecessary. The
We
circle
will
of
not
Magi...
trust any lives to your spells, Mage. Save them for the Darkspawn.
Enough. This plan will suffice. The Grey Wardens will light the beacon.
Thank you, Loghain. I cannot wait for that glorious moment. The Grey Wardens battle beside the King of Ferelden to stem the tide of evil.
Yes, Cousland. Glorious moment for us all.
That wasn't ominous at all.
You heard the plan. You and Alistair will go to the Tower of Ishal and ensure the beacon is lit.
What? I won't be in the battle.
This is by the King's personal request, Alistair. If the beacon is not lit, Tern Loghain's men won't know when to charge.
So he needs 2 Grey Wardens standing up there holding the torch, just in case, right?
I agree with Alistair. We should be in the battle.
That is not your choice. If King Cousland wishes Grey Wardens to ensure the beacon is lit, then Grey Wardens will be there. We must do whatever it takes to destroy the Darkspawn, exciting or no.
I get it, I get it. Just so you know, if the king ever asks me to put on a dress and dance the Remigold, I'm drawing the line. Darkspawn or no.
I think I'd like to see that.
For you, maybe. But it has to be a pretty dress.
Deal.
The tower is on the other side of the gorge from the King's camp, the way we came when we arrived. You'll need to cross the gorge and
It
head
has
through the
to be a
gate and
pretty
up to
dress.
the tower entrance. From the top, you'll overlook the entire valley.
I think what sold that exchange was Duncan's exasperated sigh of, oh my god, not another one. When do we light the beacon?
We will signal you when the time is right. Alistair will know what to look for.
And what if the archdemon appears?
We soil our drawers, that's what.
If it does, leave it to us. I want no heroics from either of you.
How much time do we have?
The battle is about to begin. Once I leave, move quickly. You'll have less than an hour.
And I know what to do.
Then I must join the others. From here, you two are on your own. Remember, you are both Grey Wardens. I expect you to be worthy of that title.
Duncan, may the Maker watch over you.
May he watch over us all.
Alright, Alistair leveled up. Let's give him some strength. Strength. Alistair Strunk. So we can give him the precise striking. Threaten. Or we can go sword and board and give him shield defense. We'll give him shield defense.
Let's just get to the tower. It may not be the most glamorous job, but we best not dawdle.
Darkspawn! Yeah, you're happy, aren't you? You're gonna be eating a bunch of Darkspawn. Uh-oh. So the game crashed. Hopefully this isn't a bad omen. Okay. I'll load our quick save here. Just gonna power through these.
And this is the lady from High Ever.
Thank you.
Then we should send our best.
Do my best.
What?
So he needs 2 Grey Wardens standing up.
Agree with Alistair.
I get it, I get it.
I think I'd like to see that.
You'll need to cross the gorge and head through the gate.
When do we light the
We will
beacon?
signal you when the time is right. If it
appears.
does, leave it to us.
How much time do we
The
have?
battle is about to begin.
I know what I have to
Duncan.
do.
Me.
Alright. Gonna quick save here, just in case it happens again. Oh wait, we should level Alistair up. Actually, we're gonna do a hard save. Oh, I got more tomes. Okay. I'll deal with those later. Hopefully the game isn't corrupted. There we go. I love this cutscene. You got the finest men and women Ferelden has to offer.
The plan will work, Your Majesty.
Of course it will.
We've also got Ash Warriors, Chastened, Mages. Surely nothing can happen, or nothing can go wrong. It's frustrating about the story per se. Yeah. I think that's the whole point, Sovereign, is that this is supposed to be frustrating. Because, yeah, we were winning. If not for Loghain's treachery, the 5th Blight would have ended before it started. Yeah, it does make it compelling. God, these Darkspawn look so menacing. I mean, the graphics may not be as good as Inquisition, but the Origins Darkspawn design, I think, looks the best.
Archers!
Oh, if someone told me that BioWare wasn't influenced by Lord of the Rings at all, I would call them a liar. No, puppy!
For Ferelden!
Let's cross the bridge and get to Charles.
Alright. We're actually gonna give Alistair these level up thingies. Make him more strong. Master combat training. And then we'll give him shield balance. Now, this is why I'm loyal to Dogland, aka Ferelden. Because if not for Logain's treachery, Ferelden would have defeated the Fifth Blight on their own. I mean, they do kind of defeat the Fifth Blight on their own.
You're Grey Wardens, aren't you?
But they had defeated even earlier.
Taken.
What are you talking about, man? Taken how?
The Darkspawn came up through the lower chambers. They're everywhere. Most of our men are dead.
Then we have to get to the beacon and light it ourselves.
My point, Sovereign, is if they had defeated it here, the dwarves aren't here now. But throughout the course of the game, that's why I said kinda. Correct. The dwarves of Orzammar and the Dalish elves of the Brazilian forest do aid in the final battle at Denerim. But technically they are of Ferelden lands. Not bound by the human kingdom, sure. But they also don't have any allegiance to any other country, so. Except for Orzammar, they have allegiance to themselves.
Take that!
But it is Arl Eamon's men that do make up the bulk of the fighting. Thank fuck Arl Eamon. Well, it was because he got poisoned, remember? That's why he was late. So, Logain, in trying to prevent Eamon from, you know, existing anymore, he kind of set the seeds for his own demise afterwards.
I'll get on it.
It's repulsed. Sorry, I'm looking for loot. Demonic Ichor. What the hell does that do for me? Let's just quick save here. Out of my way. Alright. To the Tower of Ashal.
Got it.
Uh-oh. That didn't bode well. Okay, I'm gonna exit to the main menu. And then we'll... Uh-oh. That's what I was afraid of. Game crashed. Usually if I see that in the loading screen, I know, oh shit, the game's going crazy. I might have to not do Zamons much. Oh, that, okay, it worked. Alright, well, since we loaded in again. Carolina's gonna be stupid powerful after this, but whatever. I don't care.
Can I get you a ladder? Get off my back.
That's the point of playing with mods, right? Okay, let's do master coercion. Talent, master archer.
I see a trap.
God damn it! Why the hell would you trigger the trap, you moron?
Now's better than later.
Demonic poison. Okay. Just grab that. That. Force bomb. Hi Ross, welcome to stream. Well, right now we're Carolina.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Myvi's modeled heavily after Carolina, but she's not Carolina. She has a canon name.
I'll get on it.
At least I guess. Okay. Well, I'm kind of nervous about gory details.
Got it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Take his breath. What are these darkspawn doing ahead
Need
of
to
the rest
level
of
up
the horde?
Darkspawn.
There wasn't supposed to be any resistance here.
Well, you could try telling them if they're in the wrong place.
Right, because clearly this is all just a misunderstanding. We'll laugh about this later. At any rate, we need to hurry. We need to get up to the top of the tower and light the signal fire in time. Tyron Loghain will be waiting for the signal.
Alright, first, we're going to level up Barkspawn. Bork bork. If you're wondering why I keep quick saving, well, the game's not the most stable. So I want to be able to reload if it crashes again. Post! Backstab!
Take that!
I'll get on it.
Go get him, Barkspawn! See some blood. Blood for the Blood God! Skulls for the Skull Throne! Corn cares not from where the blood flows, so only that it does flow. Now, before anybody gets any ideas, I have no idea about any of the lore on Warhammer. I've just heard that saying enough. I know it from osmosis.
What do we do now?
We kill the Darkspawn, light the beacon, and hope not to die. So apparently Prospero is a thing in Warhammer 40k. Good to know. I thought about getting Space Marines too, because it looks kind of interesting, but if I do get it and I do stream it, I'll have to put a disclaimer up saying I have no idea about the lore of Warhammer, and it's so deep and dense, I have no desire to go deep into the lore of Warhammer. So just bear with me on that. What a battles, God of War, courage and slaughter. Ever felt the least bit proud about yourself? You have empowered him. I see. Well, I do take pride in my abilities.
Alright, alright. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
So that's right. Quote unquote violent voice for the human noble female is actually just sarcastic. Which goes well with trying to romance Alistair because he appreciates the sarcasm.
Now's better than later. I'll get on it. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off?
No, on this difficulty, I'm on easy because I've not done this on mouse and keyboard. And as we saw in Liliana's song, enemy mages still fucking hurt. You can still die on easy easily. All easy does is mainly the differences are your health recharges after or out of battle, and there is no friendly fire.
Loghain better be ready to charge as soon as we light the signal. The king is depending on us.
Oh yeah, he'll totally be ready to retreat.
Someone's gonna fall and it's always me.
Almost time to level up. Alistair, I am going to give you a short bow. There you go. Well, Liliana's Song is a prequel DLC, and it Sets you on the appropriate level for what you're doing.
I'll get on it.
Go, my puppies! Fight! Good puppies!
I killed one!
Got it.
Alright. Oh, I'm injured? Oh, war cry. Okay, never mind. And then we leveled up. Let's get our cunning up. Next. We're gonna get our stealing up. Next. Let's see, we can go critical shot. Or cripple. Or I could do rapid shot to start shattering. Let's do rapid. Actually, put my sustain stuff here. And then Alistair. Let's see here. Willpower, stamina. Yeah, let's get your stamina. Actually, you know what? We need your con up. We'll give you combat tactics. Overpower. Fine. All right.
I'm sorry. I did wait for you.
Okay.
All right.
Too bad we can't take the puppies with us off this floor.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? I'll get on it.
Take it. Alright. Fire arrows. I'm gonna go and equip fire arrows. Yes, was the objective besides making dozens, not hundreds of bodies? We're to climb the tower, to light the beacon when, to let Terran Logain's men know when to charge, in support of King Kaelin's men.
Got it.
Oh, that's a biggin. And he's eating people. Not really. It's not really time sensitive. My mage is down. Ow. Okay. Shit. Ow. Fuck. Stay down! Ugh.
The beacon is over here. We've surely missed the signal. Let's light it quickly before it's too late.
We're just gonna... There you go. Poor box spawn. He's got broken bone. Let's see here. Here, have a doggy treat. There you go.
I'll get on it.
Alrighty, so we got greater health, heavy chainmail. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I shot it with fire arrows, so its health regen is gone. And then its body just kind of
All right.
liquefied.
You a ladder so you can get off my back.
Tribal necklace gift. Anyone. Okay. Hey, Alistair? I don't know if this will work quite yet, but...
Is that for me? Really? Wow.
Thank you. Let's see here. All right. Going to hard save just in case. All right. Light the beacon of Ashala, or Ashal. The beacons are lit.
Sound the retreat.
What the fuck?
What about the king? Should we not
do as I command?
Pull out! All of you, let's move!
Fucking traitor! I have not seen it, but I've seen it, but I've not watched it. If modern defenders were at Helm's Deep, the orcs wouldn't stand a chance. Just 2 emplacements of M2 Browning heavy machine guns would annihilate the orc. You add riflemen to it? Yeah, no. Ooh, he got squished like a soda can. Well, the king's dead. And with no reinforcements, Kaelin's army doesn't have the manpower anymore. Oh yeah, he'll get rewarded, as a traitor deserves.
Ah, your eyes finally open. Mother shall be pleased.
I remember you. Girl from the wilds.
I am Morrigan, lest you have forgotten, and we are in the wilds, where I am bandaging your wounds. You are welcome, by the way. How does your memory fare? Do you remember Mother's rescue?
I remember being overwhelmed by Darkspawn.
Mother managed to save you and your friend, though 'twas a close call. What is important is that you both live. The man who was to respond to your signal quit the field. The Darkspawn won your battle. Those he abandoned were massacred. Your friend, he is not taking it well.
You mean Alistair?
The suspicious dim-witted one who was with you before, yes.
Yeah, he's
He is
dim-witted, that's
outside
part of
by
his
the
charm.
fire. Mother asked to see you when you awoke.
Were my injuries severe?
Yes, but I expect you shall be fine. The Darkspawn did nothing Mother could not heal.
Some questions if you don't mind.
I do not mind. Take your time.
Are we safe here? Where are the Darkspawn?
We are safe, for the moment. Mother's magic keeps the Darkspawn away. Once
Helpful.
you leave, 'tis uncertain what will happen. The Horde has moved on, so you might avoid it.
Why did your mother save us?
I wonder at that myself. But she tells me nothing. Perhaps you were the only ones she could reach. I would have rescued your king. A king would be worth a much higher ransom than you.
Well, I happen to be nobility too, you know.
I stand corrected.
How did she manage to rescue us, exactly?
She turned into a giant bird and plucked the two of you.
No,
from
yeah,
atop
she's
the
right.
tower, one
However-
in each talon. If you do not believe that tale, then I suggest you ask Mother yourself.
Flemeth's-
She may even tell you.
The Flemeth's choice of who she rescued does have a very tactical point. Alistair and I were the only 2 Grey Wardens within reach that she could actually get to. And in a blight, Grey Wardens are more valuable than a king. However, Morrigan doesn't know this yet. So with the intelligence that Morrigan has available to her, then yes, Kaelin would have been the one to rescue, not us. But since Flemeth has access to more information than Morgan does, we're the more priority targets. Mortal Witch Queen plucks up 2 knights errant because she has no desire to kill the demons herself. She's immortal, but not incorruptible. The Darkspawn raise archdemons by corrupting old gods. Flemeth is an old god. I don't think she wants to become an archdemon. Are there any survivors other than us?
Only stragglers that are long gone. You would not want to see what is happening in that valley now.
Why did Loghain abandon the king?
I do not know who this Loghain even is. Perhaps ask Mother of it.
Well, I think I've asked enough questions.
I agree. 'Tis time you speak with Mother, then be on your way. You must speak to Mother, then be gone. You have an army of Darkspawn to avoid, and 'twould be best to get an early start.
No, I just wanted to say thanks.
You were welcome. Though Mother did most of the work, I am no healer.
And we'll go then.
I will stay and make something to eat.
Alright, shield. That can't unlock. Okay. Out through the door.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
I'm fine. I appreciate your concern.
Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
So why did you save us?
Well, we cannot have all the Grey Wardens dying at once, can we? Someone has to deal with these Darkspawn. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blights. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
The land is hardly united, thanks to Loghain.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would he do it?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The Archdemon.
What is this Archdemon exactly?
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the ancient Tevinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An Archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by Darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history.
Huh. So, I just got an update that it's IRL, but it does kind of pertain to this audience. The Pentagon announced that they've awarded the NGAD fighter contract to Boeing. Boeing's going to make the F-47. AKA the replacement for the F-22. Yeah, to Boeing for some reason. I kind of thought it would be Lockheed Martin. especially after Boeing's strings of failures. But hey, they gave it to Boeing. All praise be to the military-industrial complex, right? Anyway, I'll be interested to see what the F-47's capabilities are going to be. Speccraft is involved, probably. But we'll see what happens, and we'll see what the F-47 can do. But what I'm looking forward to is once the F-47 comes out, theoretically it's going to be designed to defeat the F-22. And if that's the case, then the kid can finally leave the hangar and eat. We should contact the rest of the Grey Wardens.
Kalen already summoned them. They'll come if they can, but I expect Loghain has already taken steps to stop them. We must assume they won't arrive in time.
Will you help us in this blight, Flemeth?
Me? I am just an old woman who lives in the wilds. I know nothing of blights and dark.
Oh, that's bullshit,
well,
Flemeth.
Whatever Loghain's insanity, he obviously thinks the Darkspawn are a minor threat. We must warn everyone this isn't the case.
And who will believe you? Unless you think to convince this Loghain of his mistake.
He just betrayed his own king. If Al Eamon knew what he did at Ostagar, he would be the first to call for his execution.
Traitors may not get betrayed. I mean, they can. But these traitors are going to get rewarded as a traitor deserves. Al Eamon, Earl of Redcliffe.
I suppose. Al Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
Sounds like an excellent idea.
Such determination. How intriguing.
I still don't know if Al Eamon's help would be enough. He can't defeat the Darkspawn horde by himself.
Well, surely there's other allies we could call on.
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
Why not? Isn't that what Grey Wardens do?
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
Yeah. Dexter Deshawn. Yeah. We'll have to deal with him later. Yeah, we're ready. Thank you for everything, Flemeth.
No, thank you. You are the Grey Wardens here, not I. Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
Thank you, but if Morgan doesn't wish to join us...
Her magic will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the horde.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Very well. We'll take her with us.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the blight. Even I.
Understand.
And you, Wardens. Do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
She won't come to harm with us.
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the Wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
No, I prefer you speak your mind.
You will regret saying that.
Dear, sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always said, if you want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
I mean, we need all the help we can get.
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
I do have some questions.
I may have answers. Ask.
How are we going to get past the Darkspawn?
The real question is how we are going to get your friend past the Darkspawn, is it not?
That's true. We can sense the Darkspawn. Conversely, they can sense us.
That's not reassuring.
We should be able to sneak past smaller groups, but larger ones, or particularly intelligent Darkspawn, will always detect us.
Mother has given me something else for them to smell instead as we pass by. It is important we head out of the wilds, however, not farther in.
Tell me about this village to the north.
It is a small place of little consequence called Lothering. No more than a stop along your
Lothering,
imperial highway
the
where travelers purchase goods
hometown
from local
of...
farms and smiths. I would go more often were it not
Well,
for the town's
when she's done
chantry.
talking.
It makes the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger such as me.
A chantry? And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch?
Of course they have. They even called out their Templars once. They found nothing.
Now, what's gonna be funny is Lothering, despite having a chantry, is actually home to 3 apostate mages. Malcolm Hawk, Cammy Hawk, and Bethany Hawk. We don't really know anything of them in this game, but Cammy Hawk may have some importance in the next game. Is there any reason to go to Lothering then?
I mention it for its tavern, where travelers gather with news from other places. 'Tis small enough that our appearance might go unnoticed.
Fair enough.
Beyond that, 'tis close, and I know the way.
What skills do you have exactly?
I know a few spells, though I am nowhere near as powerful as Mother. I have also studied history and your Grey Warden treaties.
Can you cook?
I can cook, yes.
Good! Then you can be a substitute for Alistair, because his cooking will kill us.
Right, my cooking will kill us. That's all I meant.
I also know at least 15 different poisons that grow right here in this marsh. Not that I would suggest 'tis at all related to cooking.
Bullshit! Your character sheet says you don't have poison making. So, but you do have herbalism, so you're on the lookout for edible plants. Are you really Flement's daughter?
'Twas she who raised me, and thus I consider her my mother, born from her womb or not. 'Tis what you meant, yes?
She's just gonna stay here alone?
Mother was alone long before I came, and will be so long after I am dead. Such is her choice, though I suspect she would claim the choice was made for her.
Have you never been outside the wilds?
From time to time. I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider. Mother wishes for me to expand the horizon of my experience beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
Is that what you want?
What I want is to see mountains. I wish to witness the ocean and step into its waters. I want to experience a city rather than see it in my mind. So, yes, this is what I want. Actually, leaving is harder than I thought, however. Perhaps Mother is right. It must simply be done quickly.
All right, let's go.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
All right. We're going to go ahead and first give Morrigan the Tomes of the Arcane Technique. She's a level 7 mage. She is a shapeshifter. We're going to give her Arcane Bolt, Arcane Shield, Arcane Staff, or Staff Focus. She has cold weapons, okay. You can have her Walking Bomb, Death Siphon, Force Field, and that's good. Okay. Flemeth does love her daughter in her own way, I guess you could say. This 100. Neutral. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and actually save the game here. And exit. Because this is actually a good stopping point. Tonight, in a couple hours or so, we're going to stream Batman Arkham City. We're going to be going around Amusement Mile and Park Row in the Industrial District. Just, you know, gaining experience, getting as much of the Riddler trophies as we can. Yeah, it does wrap up the prologue. I was debating whether or not to make it to Lothering or not before I stopped. I was like, nah. We'll stop here. Then tomorrow in Cyberpunk 2077, V will meet up with Evelyn Parker to discuss how the Konpeki heist will go down. Then we're going to meet up with Meredith Stroud, the corporate contact from Militech, to try and get the Flathead bot we need. And we might actually be able to do the All Foods Maelstrom thing. Sunday in the Insanity of Victor Shepard, we're going to finish up the Explorathon. Mainly Firewalker and the other side quests leading up to Project Overlord, but we're not going to actually do Project Overlord tomorrow or Sunday. Monday in Final Fantasy X, we're going up against the toughest optional boss Final Fantasy has to offer, at least up to that point. Penance. Wednesday will be more Cyberpunk 2077 in the afternoon. And then in the evening, the Floof crew will check up on the artists we rescued way back in Act 1. And we'll also be dealing with a Mummy Lord. On Thursday, in the aircraft showcase, we're going to take a look at the A-10 Thunderbolt 2 from Ace Combat 6, equipped with the Amerian war crime known as the RCL. And then next week in Dragon Age Origins, we head to Lothering, and which is the first time we leave the prologue. And Lothering will be able to recruit 2 party members. We'll do some minor side quests, get the lay of the land, and then finally head to camp for the first time. And we'll figure out how we're going to tackle the immense problem laid before us. Oh, hello, Gio. I know you've been here, but I like the dancing Pikachu. Anyway, I will see you guys in a couple hours, probably around 8 o'clock my time, Central Time. And we'll be ready for Batman Arkham City. Take care and and if I don't see you, have a great night.